So I painted my baby. And if I send shots, all your heads down, your man smoking good. That ain't no motherfucking 22. Oh no, that's that 223. Cause niggas want the drama right till we have to pop out. Hit them with that motherfucking na. Trey songs gone for the summer. Nigga, and I'm dumping. Send a couple shots, know he running. Keep a K low, they call it blocker. My little baby chopper. And if I need to, sweep your block up. The modern day, you gotta add the mafia. We here to fuck the block up. Forgot our sons, yeah, you know they got us. All I need is moolah. Do you know I got a something? Nigga called the cops out. And all you hear is fuck the federalized. No mercy for your papa, he crying for your mama. And you the type of motherfucker, tell it front your honor. And get your mans locked up and get his ass turned out. If I see a pussy nigga, then I gotta turn his lights out. What's your name? What is going on, YouTube? It is your favorite pistol packing rapper, MDMA Sosa, aka Sosa Little Pistol Geek, and I'm back with another video for you guys, man. So, a lot of you guys know about the road rage incident, right? Stemming from these pictures. And a lot of you guys know that. A lot of you guys from my Instagram, my Facebook, you know, anybody that really follows me, follows my channel and everything, you guys know what happened, but you don't know the full story. So with that being said, today's story time, or today's video, is going to be about how my EDC saved my life in a road rage incident. Now, y'all notice I normally come on here with a lot of energy. I'm normally coming on here very loud, very energetic, very this, very that. But this is a very serious subject, you know what I mean? And 100%, I could not be here right now if, you know, I didn't have the proper training, if I didn't equip myself to handle myself in this situation. Could have been 100% that I would not be here right now. So in lieu of my jolly, normal demeanor, this is the demeanor that I'm choosing to talk in because this is a very serious subject. So, give you guys a little bit of backstory. So, as a lot of you may know, on January 12th, I had an aggravated assault incident, which was also an attempt on my life. It was a road rage incident gone bad. Basically, this was a normal day, as most days that, you know, stuff like this would happen. It would be a normal day. Particularly, I don't normally drive. That's just a me thing. But my wife had to end up being at work very soon, and my mother-in-law couldn't drive her at the moment simply because she has a job where she's on call. So whenever she gets a call, she has to stop, and, you know, she can't really do anything about that. So with that being said, my wife ends up having to get ready to go to work. I tell her, all right, well, I'll drop you off. You know, it is what it is. I drop her off. I'm good, you know, not thinking anything about it. Get probably around 8 minutes away from my house, and I'm getting ready to make a right-hand turn. I'm not going to name any streets, not going to get too descriptive, but I'm getting ready to make this right-hand turn, okay? I have a green light. The person that ended up starting all this, his light was turning red. He had a turn signal. So this is basically the setup, okay? Let's say I'm coming down the street this way, and I'm getting ready to make a turn to the right, which is this way, to go home, okay? The guy who started all this is coming down this way, and there's also a median right on the side where he's traveling at, okay? So let's say this finger is the median, this is the guy, so they're right next to each other, right here. Like I said, I'm coming this way, getting ready to turn in. From the lane that he is in, the only thing that he's supposed to do when he's coming this way is make that turn. Because he's in the turn lane for where he is. Especially being a red, you know, him getting ready to turn into a red light. So, my light just turns green. With that being said, get ready to make my right turn. And as I'm making my right turn, he hurries up and, you know, he gets to the, you know, he's in the turn lane. He hurries up and tries to flip a U-turn around the median to, you know, go the opposite way that I'm going. Mind you, I have the green, the right of way. And he tries to flip a U-turn as I am making my right turn. So, I immediately slam on brakes. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? Because he came within that close of hitting my car. If I hadn't slammed on brakes, he would have crashed into me. Slam on brakes. What the hell? Get past, you fucking stupid asshole. Like, really just like a quick, you know what I mean? Fucking stupid asshole. You know what I'm saying? Dumb fuck. And, thinking that everything was fine. Like, you know, nothing else was going to come of that. I mean, it was good. When I travel with my firearm, simply because the sweat guard, you know, it ends up digging into my stomach and everything. When I travel with my firearm, I tend to sit my holstered in, like in the wedge between my seat and like my middle console when all this is happening. As I'm driving down the street, you know, he had got you know, got past me and everything. I mean, I got past him and everything, and I'm thinking that, you know, everything's over with. I look in my rearview mirror because it's a few, maybe like a block and a half or so down at this point. I'm looking at my rearview mirror, and I noticed that dude is like really driving up really fast and kind of like gaining on my car. I'm like, I hope he ain't finna try nothing to do nothing stupid. Like, this is what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm coming up to a red light at this point. I noticed that he's trying to get up close to me, but I see he's reaching for something. I'm just like, I hope he ain't, you know what I mean? But I didn't know what it was at the time. I just noticed that he was like, you know, reaching. And I'm just like, okay, I hope he ain't trying to do nothing stupid. So I finally get to a slowdown because at this point, the lights turn green already. He's not directly behind me, but he's been trying to get behind me. You got to realize there's traffic. So light finally turned green. We get finally down to a little school zone. And I still see him in my mirror, like following me at this point. And I just keep seeing him fidgeting, from my rearview mirror. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, dude? So I'm not really thinking too much about it. I'm just like, dude, you fucking idiot. Like, I didn't really think too much about it. We get to a school zone. And in these school zones out here in Arizona, they are 15 miles an hour. Or, you know, you suffer a fine and all type of things. And police normally sit in those school zones, you know, just in case people want to try something stupid like that. But this particular day, it wasn't to be so. With that being said, I get to the little slowdown, and it's probably 3 to 4 cars in front of me, so I'm really like stuck. And it's also 1 car in the lane directly beside me. So at this point, guy's coming up really fast. He slows down, and I see him doing like this when he gets up towards close towards my car. He kind of probably like, you know, my car is like right here stuck between the 3 or 4 cars, and he's like right behind. And I can see him from my back window. He's like, yo, what's up, homie? What's up, homie? And I'm like, yo, you stupid fuck, like, get the fuck on. He's like, what? And then he upped. And when he upped it, only the first thing I don't know why, the first thing that I thought was, damn, that's a 380. Like, I didn't think, oh my God, he just pulled the gun on me. I didn't think, oh my God, he's about to shoot me. I thought, damn, you pulled a 380 out? You know, but I guess that's I'm from the inner city of Detroit, Michigan. So regular fist fights can turn to guns getting pulled out on you and all type of things of that nature. So with that being said, kind of used to guns being pulled on me since I was a very young age. And not to say that that's a good thing, but just to say that it's something that has happened to me where I come from. If you gonna pull it, you better squeeze it. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, I hadn't even pulled my weapon at this point. Mind you, it's right on the side of me. And he already done upped. I'm like, bro, if you don't get your stupid ass the fuck out of here, fuck on, boy, you feel me? Fuck out of here. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. He get about, like this, let's say this is my car, okay? I'm still stuck. It's probably like 3 to 2 cars in front of me still. His lane is clear. He finally gets about that far away from my car. You know, let's say this piece right here is my windshield. He gets about this far in front of my car. Fires the first shot. Anybody that has ever had to defend their lives, you know that you kind of have a moment. At least I did. So boom, first shot. I heard the glass break in my windshield. I felt glass shards and everything going into my face, my chest, and my eyes. And I saw a white light as soon as it happened. And when I saw the white light, I immediately thought, you know, like, oh shit, I'm dead. Like, I got shot. And it's crazy because I can honestly say, like, every single bad thing or anything that I've ever done that was questionable in my life, I didn't know at that moment. Because like I said, I'm like, you know, it's crazy that all these thoughts came to me like in a millisecond. Like my whole life, my wife, my kids, my brothers, my family. I thought about all of them in like less than a millisecond, just. And then all of a sudden, I hear my wife's voice, and I can remember the promise that I made to her when we took our vows. And I told her that no matter the case, that I would always make it home. So, mind you, I said I'm still thinking I'm shot. I don't know where I'm shot at, but that's the conclusion that I've drawn because all I've seen is a white light. So I don't know if I've been shot in my head. I don't know if I've been shot in my neck, my chest, but I'm figuring I've been shot somewhere because I felt the shock from getting hit in the face with the glass and saw the white light. And at that moment, man, I don't know if it was my wife's voice, divine intervention.
Whether or not what we experienced was an according to Hoyle miracle is insignificant. But what is significant is I felt the touch of God.
But if you look at the first bullet, if you look at the picture that I posted, if you look at it, it actually is a shard bullet that fell in my back seat. If you look at the angle from the pictures where the bullet came in at, and you look at where my head was, I have no earthly idea, explanation, anything that I could possibly say to explain how the bullet came through my windshield, completely missed my entire body, and then ended up in shards in my back seat.
What is a miracle, Vincent?
Act of God.
And what's an act of God?
When God makes the impossible possible.
Right behind where my head would have been. The cops even told me that they were surprised that I didn't have any shrapnel, I didn't get hit. They kept asking me that I want to go to the hospital and get checked out, because they were just so surprised that that nothing hit me. So anyway, he fires the shot, and like I said, I immediately thought of my wife's voice, my promise that I made to her. And, like I said, I thought I was shot. So my immediate thought was, make it through this so you can call everybody and tell them goodbye. It's fucked up. But, it was so much shock at that moment. Like I said, I saw the light. I saw, like, I felt, glass in my face at this point. I'm really still thinking I'm shot. So, yeah, man. I'm just thinking, get through this situation so you could call everybody you love and tell them goodbye. Because I'm really thinking that I'm done for, and the only reason that I'm still alive is so I can do that. Because I'm thinking I'm shot. So, immediately, sit back in my seat. Boom, boom. Fire 2 shots. And, the first 2 shots I fired, which was, it's amazing what you can do in moments of duress when your life is on the line, because the first 2 shots that I fired, well, every shot that I fired hit his car. I didn't hit anything else or anything like that. I only hit his car. But anyway, I fired 2 shots. Pop, pop. And then I get another shot that goes through my hood. Boom. And when that happens, I return about 3 to 4 more shots back. Just boom, 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 boom. And at that point, I don't know if I hit him or if he just didn't expect me to have a firearm to be able to defend myself to shoot back after he shot at me. But he immediately turns down the street. Skirt! Turns down the street. And, speeds away. I didn't think to look at my body to see if I was hit. I didn't think none of that. The first 2 things that I thought was, since he got the fuck out of the area, get to a safe place. Watch your back. Get to a safe place. Call your wife, just in case this is the last conversation that you're gonna have. Call my wife. She's at work at the time, so she didn't immediately answer the phone. So I had to call her back around 2 to 3 more times. I believe it's like 2 to 3 more times. But she finally answered. She's like, what's going on? I'm hysterical at this point. Man, call the fucking police. Somebody just shot at me. Dude tried to kill me. This and that. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Wait, what? What's going on? Fucking call the police. Somebody just tried to kill me. I don't know what's going on. Yada, 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 yada. Hysterical. She's like, okay. Tells me she's going to call the police. Tells me she's going to get one of her co-workers to come and drop her off at home so that she's there when they get there. Pull up to my house, still hysterical at this point. Go in, and immediately the first thing I say to my mother, like, call the fucking police! Call the fucking police right now! She's like, what? And she's on the computer. I said, call the fucking police right now! Somebody just fucking shot at me in a road rage accident, and I don't know what to do. Call the police! Call the police! I don't know if I'm about to go to jail for shooting at this motherfucker because he shot at me first. Call the police! I go in the room. I'm hyperventilating. I light a cigarette. I'm tripping. About 20, 25 minutes go past. My wife gets home. I tell her the entire story. She breaks down. Oh my God, babe, I'm so happy that you're alive. I'm so happy that you're good. At this moment, it's not really cluing into me that I pretty much just kind of cheated death, if you say so. This still isn't cluing into me how lucky I am. I'm just keep thinking, I just kept saying at that moment, I said, babe, that reminds me of that scene in Pulp Fiction towards the end where Samuel L. Jackson character gets the gun pulled out on him and he gets fired upon like 5 to 8 times. And when he gets fired on or whatever, and they empty the magazine on him, nothing goes through, nothing hits him at all or anything like that. And then later on in the bar, John Travolta is actually laughing about that particular incident. I just really kept thinking about that scene, like divine intervention, divine intervention. Because there's, you know, there's no other way to describe it. So yeah, we sitting at the house and I'm waiting on the police at this point. I've secured the firearm, put it in my safe, and I'm just waiting to see what's about to happen pretty much. Like, I don't know if I'm about to get in trouble at this point. I don't know if they caught dude. I don't know if they about to come and try to find me. I don't know. I'm sitting there and my wife, she's kind of still hysterical because she thinks I'm about to get in trouble. She doesn't know if I'm about to go to jail or not. I called my mother and I let her know, hey, you know, the guy just shot at me. I had to shoot back in self-defense. We called the police. We're trying to figure out what's about to happen. She's like, what? Are you going to jail? And I don't know, Ma. They pulling up to my house now. You know, if I call you in 2 hours, then I'm fine. If I don't, you might want to get down to Arizona. And that's one of the last things I thought I might be able to say to my mom. Because I didn't know if I was going to go to jail for this. I didn't know if dude was shot somewhere. I didn't know if I killed him. You know, like. And I come outside and, hey, look, I'm not trying to get shot, though. So my hands is up as soon as I walk out my door. Now, the complete opposite of what I thought was going to happen, happened. Because I thought the police were going to come here and they were going to be really extra, had their guns drawn out. I thought it was going to be completely different than it was. I came out really still shook. I had my hands raised and everything. They're like, hey, you don't have to put your hands up, man. You can put your hands down. You ain't got any weapons on you, do you? I said, nah, my gun's secured. It's in the house. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's in the safe already. I ain't got it on me. So the cop was like, okay, wait to put your hands down. I'm going to check your waist, make sure you ain't got nothing on you. He, boom, checked my waist and everything. He's like, okay, you can put him down. Say, so what happened? At this point, the police did not even know what they were looking for exactly. They thought that they were coming for a shooting victim because the people that were in the school zone that saw what happened, they saw bullets getting fired into my car, but they did not see me return fire. They just seen me pull off. At least that's what the cops were saying. So they wanted to get the full story from me. So, you know, of course, I'm still hysterical. I tell them everything that had just happened and everything. And I actually ended up surprising one of the cops because they didn't know that I do the, you know, the gun and Instagram things and YouTube thing. So I said, yeah, he put out a Taurus Spectrum 380, like a Taurus TC38. It was very small, very sleek, and I knew it had to be 380 simply because of how small it was. There are no micro compacts that are that small at the moment. And you could obviously tell it was a single stack because he had very big hands and everything, da-da-da-da-da. And the cop kind of stopped me before I could get into my whole explanation. He was like, you know, out of all the years that I have been interviewing people, he said, hold on, wait a minute. Did you say a Taurus 380 or, he said, did you say a Taurus T38 or a Taurus 380 Spectrum? I said, yeah, I could tell just by looking at it or whatever. He said, you were able to tell what kind of firearm and the caliber that he was pulling on you before he shot at you. And I said, well, yeah, I do a gun YouTube type thing, and I'm always building firearms and buying new firearms and everything, so I've came across it a lot. And I just kind of knew what it was. And he said, you know, out of everyone that I have ever interviewed after something like this has happened, no one has ever been able to give me the exact model of the gun that they were shot at with. You would be surprised that we actually found, they say that would explain why we found a Taurus 380 at the scene of the crime. I said, really? He threw the gun? How did y'all find it? He said, yes, he threw it out of the car, apparently. The guy, apparently, after it happened, when he turned down that street, he threw the gun out the car. So, the cops, you know, I had to do my whole little thing. I had to sit there while they ran information, made sure I was good, and then they had to call their captain on what I wanted to do to proceed forward. Because at that point, I'm no longer a suspect in the case for shooting back. Now, at this point, I'm a victim who got shot at, and now they're trying to find this guy. So now they're asking me, hey, do you want to press charges? Hey, you know, the cops coming back. He's asking me, you know, well, why didn't you call the police first? I thought I was shot, and I immediately called my wife just in case that was the last thing that I could have said to her. And I told her to call the police, you know, and that I was going to get to a safe place and get to the house. Okay. Did you have your cell phone on you? Yes, sir. Well, that was one of the first questions they asked me. Did you have your cell phone on you? Then they asked, did I call? Why didn't I call? And then I told them, you know, I originally thought that, you know, that was the last call that I was going to make, so I wanted to make sure I said something to my wife. Okay, completely understandable. At this point, the cops come back over. They asked me to surrender the firearm that was used. I did, willingly. Okay, no problem, sir. Came in, very nice about the entire ordeal. Gave them the firearm, and they left. They gave me information, a contact, you know, them, and see progress from the case. They also gave me an online portal to look at progress from the case and all type of things like that. But if y'all really want to update on the thing, man, there isn't an update. They haven't found the guy. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I believe that the guy was actually from Mexico and that he was just over here simply because the car that he was driving was a weird SUV / pickup truck deal. It was a weird ass combination of car that even the police had said they had never seen before, which would indicate that it's a model that's sold in Mexico. And it was a Hyundai. It was like a Hyundai or a Toyota. And I had never seen that model ever before in my life. So it was made possibly in a different country and stuff like that. And then I don't believe he had plates. I don't remember seeing plates or anything like that. And I know he was a gentleman of Mexican or some type of Latin descent, you know. So I'm under the assumption that he probably ran back across the border. So as far as updates on the case, I have not gotten my Glock 26 back yet. It is still away for ballistics testing, and I'm going to end up calling within the next month or so if they haven't, you know, given me any more updates, because I want to give, you know, it's COVID. I want to give them enough time to update everything, get the systems together, make sure that everything's all right on my behalf, and make sure that everything's all right on, you know, make sure they can actually catch this guy before I actually get to calling and worrying them and everything. But other than that, yeah, no, my Glock 26 is still away in ballistics. I did not have any charges filed on me, but I am pressing charges against the guy who did it. And they have not found him yet. So as far as my self-defense road rage story, I'm not a hero. I'm not better than anybody. I wouldn't even say that I'm more equipped than anybody, but when you faced with life or death and you don't know what's about to happen, it makes it easier for you to defend your life. At least it was for me, because I realized that, you know, I have stuff that I want to live for. I have a family, and I have this and I have that. So with that being said, did it affect me? It did a little bit, knowing how close I came and how easy it all could have been done. It's affected. But do I let it bother my everyday life? No. Because life is precious. Everybody deserves a chance, even if they are, you know, not necessarily the best people. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a good take on this thing that we call life. And, you know, I would never want to take someone's life that, you know, because they got family. They got, you know, they may have family, they may have friends, they may have kids. Somebody's going to miss somebody. I wish somebody would have thought, I wish God would have thought about me in that situation, but just know when you're carrying your firearm, if you ever have to use it, that's some of the things that you're going to have to deal with. You know, you're going to have to deal with losing your firearm so they can take it for ballistics testing. You're going to have to deal with being questioned. You're going to have to deal with police reports and calling to try to get your stuff back, and, you know, maybe paranoia, some people, but, you know, it just depends on the person. But yeah, man, that's how my EDC saved my life. I know that this is not the Socialita Pistol Geek energy that you guys normally get, but these are one of the topics that are sucky to talk about in any apparatus. So I'm trying to be as serious as I can, because I know that at the end of the day, this is not a laughing matter. With that being said, if you guys like the video, I need you to like, share, sub to the channel. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for subscribing to the content. As always, family first, amendment second. I love all of you. Peace.
Shots, so your head's down, your hands smoking good. I'm that ain't no motherfucking 22. What that is? Oh no, that's that 223. Cause niggas want the drama right till we have to pop out. Hit them with that motherfucking na. Trey songs gone for the summer. Nigga, and I'm dumping. Send a couple shots, know he running. Keep a K low, they call it blocker. My little baby chopper. And if I need to, sweep your block up. The modern day, you gotta add the mafia. We here to fuck the block up. Forgot our sons, yeah, you know they got us. All I need is moolah, do you know I gotta slide up. Hop out, do a fucking pop out. Niggas talking reckless, so we had to bring the Glocks out. But nigga called the cops out, and all you hear is fuck the federalized. No mercy for your papa, he crying for your mama. And you the type of motherfucker, tell him front your honor. And get your mans locked up, and get his ass turned out. If I see a pussy nigga, then I gotta turn his lights out. What's your name?